Hey, welcome back to the Tukes and Tires YouTube channel. I'm Zach, and this week we fixed the dreaded pillar rot. Dun dun dun!
Hey, is that Timmy's?
Yeah, because we're in Canada, eh?
Well, you can see here at the bottom of my windshield that she's a little crusty. So, I mean, we need to fix on her a little bit. And both sides on this truck are like that. This side isn't as bad as the other side, but I'll show you the piece that I found that I scoured the internet for. Bring your dad here, creeping.
Are you ready?
Hold on here, I'm just showing the people what I bought. So I had to drive to Timbuktu, but I bought this here firewall, and it's got these corners on them that are like mint condition. So we're going to be using this to fix up my truck, and also the air vents, or whatever you want to call them. The drain things are like perfect on this. So I'm going to be chopping those off too to put on my truck. So we're going to get the hood off. Also, this tractor is small block Chevy swapped. Me and Dad did that like a year ago. It's pretty sweet. And yeah, so we're going to get this hood off here and cut the windshield off. Oh, I can't believe that you're friggin' just dripping her. But we're going to be getting the windshield out of here so I can access and see what needs to be sliced and diced. But we'll get you on a time lapse of taking this hood off and the windshield out, and we'll be figuring it out. Alright, so we got that hood off and the windshield out, and you can see a little bit better here how rotten it is. Like, I can stick my finger right in there. And if you look right in there, you can see right down to that air passage, and then you can see right down to the floor over there. So I used to have water that used to sit in the floor, so I'm assuming it was just running right down in here and going right inside. And then there's like that there, and then on the other side, it's not as bad. There's still like a little bit of rust holes and stuff here, and then there's like a little hole up here, but that's not too bad up there. So I think I'm gonna take the dash pad out and the rest of the other stuff so I can get a little bit more access, and then we'll start cutting into her and cutting the other thing up and welding some patches in. You know, taking out this dash pad, she's in beauty shape. You know, you wouldn't want to ruin it. Whoa, knocking down my friggin' screwdriver holder 9000.
There could be a sucker through the side over there.
Boy, see, if you put it on an angle. Don't wreck it. I need it. We're gonna save it. There's a bee in here.
Dead or alive?
Look at that bee. Is it dead or alive? So you're saying I gotta take away my screwdriver holder 9000? Oh man. We were working so efficient here. Just break it, I don't care. But don't break it, we're gonna save it. Sweet Lord. See it? What kind of screw is it?
It's Phillips.
Is it Phillips? Do you want like a pointy one or medium?
I don't know, whatever.
Something?
More power, baby.
More power, baby!
Are you gonna be all day with that?
Donut Media, if you're watching this, my dad has been non-stop saying, more power, baby! It's kind of rusty.
What you do? Pull this out of the lake?
Yeah, it's so it holds it in there better. Oh. This side's like a rocking chair. Good?
Yep.
Oh my god, we wrecked.
Oh, pull around with the heater.
It's broken now.
No.
Oh, you want me to get out so you get out?
Fall down and take my.
Alright, so we got that all cleaned up over there, and I kind of got an idea how much I need to cut off of this piece. So I'm going to drill out all the spot welds, and where did I just put that? So I went to Princess Auto, and I don't know, you can't see that, but just they're like spot weld cutters. So if you just go where, like probably here's an easy spot to see. I'm just gonna go in there and I'm just gonna punch the center of that, because this thing has like a little centering nub on it that retracts in, and I'll just go out and try to drill them all out the best I can to try to remove this outer structure, because this is probably a really good example. You can see that like there's just the outer skin, which that's what's rusted on mine, and then there's the inner skin. So when we go to cut out on this, I'll have to be careful that I don't slice into that inner skin, and that we just take out the outside piece and repair it. And then when it comes time to cut this off, I'll get that cut off too, because there's like a little bit of rust up in here, and I'll probably do the same thing where I'm just going to go and drill out the spot welds and just replace this whole side. The other side I'm just going to repair the bottom because it's not as bad. So we'll get to drilling out these spot welds and see if we can cut off our piece that we need to repair that over there, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So here we go. Alright guys, well we got that chopped off of there, and I got it set over here, mocking it up. I did some like lines, Sharpie lines, just so I know where I can stay within. And so now we're going to do basically the exact same thing on this as we just did on that thing. And the little bit of rust repair like here, I'll fix that first before I put it onto the truck, because it's easier for me to work on it like this then once I weld it in. So just a little bit on this corner and then in here, well that's okay. That's a lot better than what's on here. So I'll get this cut out and I'll come back to when I'm just about to weld that in. So let's get what do people say, snappy, or I don't know. Alright, so like 200 years later I actually got this piece to fit up, or fit in I guess you should say, after I had to do a little rust repair here, and then they put like a little drain hole in here, so I had to like recreate that. So I had like a little tube here, and then I just welded it in. So now I just got to try to fit it up the best. This, when I cut this over here, this kind of sunken in, so I'm just gonna have to pull this back. So I might have to I might end up putting a self tapper in here, use some pliers to pull it, and then I'll just weld the hole up afterwards after I do that. And I think I'm going to start at this bottom edge here, get all this fit, and then I'll worry about getting the pillar kind of situated in. There's some movement on the rubber, so as long as, you know, you get it kind of close, the rubber should cover here, even if I'm not quite square. And also going off of this door gap here, and I remember kind of what it looked like before, so I'm not too worried about it. And obviously from these trucks probably coming from two different plants, like this was probably built somewhere else, like the stampings weren't exactly the same, so it's like you kind of have to make the best of both worlds and just figure it out. So we'll get to welding this in, and I think it should look pretty good. Also, don't forget to put weld-through primer on the backside. I got to do some touch-up, and all in there, this weld-through primer. But we'll get to welding this on, and we can start on the other side. So here we go. Alright guys, well we got that finished welded up, and I ground it. It's looking pretty good. Just a little bit of body filler, and I don't think you'd ever know anything ever happened. Next week we're going to finish that air vent and do the other side, but I think that's going to do it for now. But if you're not following me on Facebook and Instagram, you're missing out on content. There's exclusive stuff that gets posted there, like the restoration on this vintage helmet, and a bunch of other goodies, and Canadian tech tips that are for my pure enjoyment. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to salute the beaver. What? Yeah? I was gonna make a cameo.